Welcome back to this series on using Sakai as part of the Governor's School of Engineering and Technology. The other site tool that most classes and research projects will want to take advantage of is the tool called Resources. Patrick has gone ahead and set this up so that for all of the various classes that are in here, as well as our global classes and projects, there's a structure in here. So if you're an elective class teacher, you'll see the classes are divided by area and then have all of the various pieces in here. And if you are a group project, your items are located under group projects here. And so this structure has gone ahead and been set up for you. And now it's up to you to figure out sort of what is the way that you'd like to go ahead and use it. One of the things where I think this might be useful is since we've set up groups for students, it is possible to set up the permission model so the students can actually upload stuff in here themselves. In general, the students have a restricted access. It's called the access role that is designed for students. But you can add a student Dropbox to your folder. And I'm going to go ahead and do that in the robotics area. But I'm going to pick a different group because that'll work out better. And then I'm going to delete it all when I'm done. So once you've selected your area, it's an empty structure. In general, what you'll want to end up doing here is probably adding some additional folders here. So it should be under Add here. I can hit Create Folders, name a folder, and this time I might call it Student Uploads. And I can create that. I might go ahead and create a new folder for classroom code. So these are some examples of code. So this one, obviously, I just want to put stuff in because that's where I'm going to put my student examples. But up here, maybe I need a way for students to communicate for it. So if I go under here to Edit Details, this is where I can set the various properties of this. And in general, our folders are always going to default to this. But what you can do is you can go ahead and restrict that view here to any one of the groups. And so you can go ahead and pick that if you'd like to. So maybe I'll do this for the Android for Java group. There actually isn't a robotics group yet. And that should be enough for me to go ahead and get this set up. I can update it, and now I have that group set up. Once I've done that, I can edit the folder permissions, and I can actually add the Create Resources piece in here if I want to. And if I add that permission to this folder, now my students can have access to copy stuff up into here. Again, only if you need it. It's not worth doing if you don't. If there is content that's private, we can filter it. But in general, just leave your, as long as nothing is secret going up, and again, I wouldn't trust Sakai with anything overly secret, it's probably better just to leave most of this to be publicly viewable and really only use the uploads if your project requires it and set that up for the group. So that's sort of a quick intro to using resources. One of the things that'll end up happening here is this can get kind of tedious after a while. And so one of the things you'll notice is there is this upload, download multiple resources. And for those of you that have access to it, you can go ahead and click on this. And what you'll find is there's a special URL in here that gives access to the file folder structure. If you click on whichever operating system you're using, you can map a network drive, and that'll allow you to move things in bulk. In general, for most project groups, I probably think that's probably overkill, and I'm not sure how well it works outside of Rutgers anyway. But again, if that is something you need, then feel free to give the files to your RTA, and they will be happy to, I've taught them how to do this, and they'll be happy to take care of that for you. If there are any additional questions on this, either Patrick or myself will be more than happy to give you a hand, and I wish you good night.